Hello and welcome to Restore 2022. We are in the beginning of the book of Exodus. Today we've been reading from chapters 5 and 6. We're looking at the journey of the people of Israel who are covenanting to God. But now they've got a different status that they had when Joseph was in charge. Being a threat now, they are enslaved and pushed hard to work for Pharaoh, the king of Egypt. Things are grim, and God has not forgotten his promises, and he will call and commission Moses to bring the people out of Egypt. He's been called and commissioned to be the mediator, the one who's leading the people of Israel to the next chapter of their history. And as Moses and Aaron faithfully communicated God's plan to Pharaoh, things get from bad to worse for God's people. They are asked now to make bricks, but without straw. Life has become so hard to the point that the Israelites are made to believe that it's Moses' fault for making them stink in front of Pharaoh and for their lives to be in danger by swords. The very lives that Moses has been asked by God to save. Pharaoh not only will ignore God's and Moses' request, but he also will bring division to the people and actually that sense of contradiction to the promises of God. Moses can only leave this situation with God and learn to wait on him and see how his deliverance unfolds. In chapter 6, we're brought back to the promises made to Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, the covenant language that gives people assurance that they belong to God despite Pharaoh's exploitation. The reminder of the covenant becomes the only source of hope for Moses. And he's brought this to the attention of the people of Israel. It seems like they don't engage, because the Bible says their spirit was harsh from slavery. And as we read in Exodus, we find out that God is at work to fulfill his promises. What we've got in the second part of chapter 6 is the historical perspective of how he's doing that. Look again at genealogy and see some of the spiritual lessons it provides. First, although it may look as Pharaoh and Egypt have succeeded in cancelling the peoples of God's identity, they do not succeed with that. The writer not only secures their identity, but also in verse 26, he secures us with Aaron's and Moses' identity by underscoring that this is a genuine history. So the significant facts are that actually they are descendants of Levi. And although it may not be apparent, why is this important now? But it is important in the work of salvation. Chapters 5 and 6 have helped us today to be reminded of God's promises being true, as the New Testament says in Jesus, no matter how hard or easy it is in your life. He is the God who draws our attention and invites us today to wait and trust in him. God bless you and have a good day.